Hello everybody, we are now in the DBX 707.
Oh yes,
the most
extreme version
of the DBX.
Yep.
Right?
And I can see you are already in Sport Plus
it was
mode.
set. Let's put in GT mode first, right?
Alright.
GT so Bobby, you drove this in Sardinia.
Yeah, man.
In Italy.
Yeah, man.
Thanks Bobby for arranging this.
No, thanks to you guys.
Yeah, thanks to Aston Martin Kuala Lumpur.
This is Andrew here. Can see you or not? You need to come out a little bit. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that's Andrew.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's the guy who's gonna seal the deal with Thomas later.
Why always Thomas gonna Aston Martin? After 1 year, Thomas got 3 Aston Martin at home already. Our first impressions, the car feels kind of big.
It is a huge car.
It sits really tall.
It is a huge car. It's a full-size SUV.
DBX 707, 707 PS, which is actually brake horsepower is 697 PS, 900 Newton meters of torque. This car is quite monstrous by the sounds of it.
Very. People thought that it's a RS version of DBX, right?
Yeah.
Where it's all towards sporty, you know, less comfortable, more power, more sound. But that wasn't the approach. When they do this, right, you know those charts where you have the lines that draw like comfort and then sports, handling, everything, right?
Yeah.
Their goal for this car is to expand in every dimension. So it's actually more comfortable than the DBX. And you know the Brits, that the Aston Martin, right? The guys at Aston Martin, they don't, how do I put this? You give this scenario to a German, right?
Yeah.
They will say, hold it first. We milk enough money first, then we release it. You know? But Aston Martin has always been, oh, we've done this, okay, let's roll it out. So yeah. You see how small the Cayenne is next to this?
Yeah, it's actually larger than the Cayenne.
It's larger. The other competitors you mentioned, they're all the same. They all came from the same mother.
Yeah.
But this is a great way to demonstrate, you know,
Correct. The
the
Sport Plus
DBX.
mode.
Sport Plus in traffic jam.
Yeah. This would otherwise not be usable in any of the other German brands, for example. Yeah, because now I'm lifting off my brake and then it's just rolling forward. It doesn't feel like Sport Plus.
That was that surprised me when I was driving in Sardinia, until you take it to a bend. It's like, ooh, nice. But then that's the thing. If daily you drive in Sport Plus, right, you also cannot like, how was it like if it weren't in Sport Plus? Because it's so accessible, right? You use it all the time.
Yeah.
Again, I need to say this, Aston Martin, if it's the Germans, right, they will take out all the stuff and you need to spec them one by one. Everything you need to pay for, right? But again, the Aston boys, I don't know, man. 707, the ceramic brakes are standard, right?
Standard.
Let me know if I miss out anything.
Correct, no worries.
The panel roof is standard.
Correct, including the Alcantara finish on the inside here.
Alcantara finish inside.
The Sport Plus beautiful seat that you're sitting on.
Yeah.
These are standard.
Standard as well.
Correct.
And then
Your
adaptive
setting,
cruise control.
Yes, standard as well.
Standard.
Your satin pedal shifters in dark chrome.
Okay.
Those are standard as well.
Nice.
And also the diffuser is standard. The sports exhaust are standard.
One exhaust, yes.
The 23-inch wheels are standard.
22 inch.
22 inch, alright. The carbon inlay inside is standard,
The
right? Centerpiece
alone, yes.
It's standard. So it's like,
wireless charging is also standard.
it's also standard. You don't need to spec all this, right? So buy this car, right? You just buy.
Correct.
Just buy, because you already got everything already. There's no, I don't see any reason to spec any other stuff. Yeah, but of course some people like it different. You know, they like to spend.
So question, does the Sports Plus does it lower the ride height?
Yes, it does lower the ride height. So once you're outside the car, if you do change it to terrain, you'll notice that instantaneously the car just raises. So if you see the M button right in the center there of the drive console there, right? So you want to play with the pedal shift permanently, you gotta press that M in the center. So yes,
straight up manual mode.
Yes, now you decide when you want to upshift and downshift.
Okay.
Otherwise, just leave it in. Yeah. Exactly. Beautiful.
Okay.
Pops and bangs. Amazing.
And it pulls like a supercar. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it does move like a supercar, and it has the braking power to match that as well.
True.
Yeah, it's very intuitive.
Yes.
You know how a lot of carbon ceramic brakes, the first bite is like, you know,
unclear,
yeah,
you know,
it's like
mushy.
yeah. Here you can really feel like it's very pedestrian, very.
Aston's tune their brakes really well.
Yes.
Even if it's steel brakes and all that.
Yeah. But the engine tuning, right, is really awesome. That little jab there, it feels like a supercar. Yeah. The pull is strong and it continues to pull higher and higher the rest go.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Sometimes you get manufacturers who boast very high horsepowers, but when it comes to the actual usability of it, the torque dies down in the end, right?
True.
Yeah. Oh, I love that V8 growl.
Oh yes, man.
Yeah.
I love driving this car.
My expectation is like a supercar SUV, right? So far, yeah, it's been there. Alright, it's very nice. Oh, I love that sound. Oh, very
Sounds
ganas.
amazing.
Very ganas.
Just drive.
Right. So we're on the highway.
Doing test drives in
And yeah, it doesn't.
How does that feel, bro?
It's a supercar engine.
Awesome,
Yeah,
awesome.
it does feel like a supercar engine.
Correct.
So it's not the numbers.
Okay, awesome.
But the brakes are brilliant.
Yeah, it's a mad
Yeah, we're
car.
going downhill
Yeah, correct.
and we're braking, and then it feels like I'm tapping 20% of its braking capacity. You can brake even more serious. Yeah. Some legit performance, right? I was just expecting like, oh, it's SUV, it's gonna be wobbly during the brake, everything. It just set nicely into the brakes, yeah. And when you release the brake, the car sits back. It's very quick, which means you can drive it very dynamically. You can shift the body weight very quickly, you know. Yeah.
We have to make a left.
But the braking really impressed me. It's just very. Yeah, I feel like this car can be driven extremely hard.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the brakes will always fail you, the body roll will always, the car will start scuttling everywhere when you brake hard. It's just,
get the assurance in this car, right?
Yeah. In fact, it handles better than I don't know.
Competitor.
Yeah. I think that's the hallmark of this car that
Correct.
they're able to
Go straight first.
has that racing DNA inside the SUV. Right?
True.
A lot of them are very powerful and very sporty SUV. This one you can feel that it's racy, you know.
Yes.
But at the same time, now when you are back in the city and then you release the manual mode, it's like just another SUV.
Correct.
Yeah, impressive. See, this Aston Martin has they've always sort of put some of their racing heritage in, like the aluminium bonded body monocoque, right? In a SUV, right?
Correct.
Good manufacturers or good chassis makers, right? They build very stiff, nice and stiff chassis.
Correct.
And then they play with the suspension. Yeah,
The Brits are damn good in suspension tuning.
The passion and dedication, I mean, they really want to carry forward their heritage.
And that's the thing, this thing doesn't come out a lot on the spec sheet. But this is where you feel, wow, the R&D and the effort is really spot on.
Yeah. But of course, he's used to driving sports cars, right? But for me, I drive this kind of big, fat cars, right? For me, it's fast. But the sensation, it doesn't make you feel scared. So I always felt that I'm going slower than I actually am. And then when it comes to sweeping bends or turns, at first when I was driving in Sardinia, I brake a little bit too much because I thought, hey, this is a big heavy car, I should brake that much to negotiate that turn. A few more and I went like, wow, it can carry that much speed despite the fact that it wasn't designed to have rear wheel steer. So that was very, very impressive. Of course, the suspension, we all thought Sports Plus is very jerky and bumpy, but then this one is so comfortable in the context of Sports Plus.
But really, now it's just like the duality is there. It's a very accomplished chassis. This will be the ultimate. You know, if you have one car for everything, this will be ultimate. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I love the brakes. Just so nice.
Thanks.
Like if it's pedestrian and then it can be racy, you know.
Okay. Aston Martin. Alright.
Alright. So here we are at the exterior walk around with the DBX 707. I have here with Andrew.
Yes.
The reason why he's here is because I'm not very familiar with Aston Martins. So Andrew is here to help me walk me around what the difference between DBX and the DBX 707. And this is really cool actually. So from what I learned from Bobby, a lot of the things that you think is spec on these cars actually it's really comes standard with the DBX. So that's really, really cool, right? So Andrew, thanks on helping me around with this.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being on your channel. So let's get right to it, shall we?
First of all, look at the front. I mean, it's Aston Martin. That
correct.
Big grille and that flushed.
The curves
yeah,
on the car.
It's flush, you know, it's like flat, you know.
Correct. It's
and,
really, really nice.
A lot of car makers now go with the aggressive lights. This one is like just
true.
But then the focus they want you to look at, I feel, is the grille,
front
right?
grille. Correct.
Yeah.
So right here, what we have is a bright finish vane grille.
Yeah.
So this particular grille is 27% larger compared to the previous DBX. And what's fascinating about this particular unit is that what you're seeing at the bottom here, this front splitter, is actually standard with the car. So if you're comparing this and the previous DBX, you will notice that this front black piece that we have right here is not available on the other unit.
So and this is not just built for aesthetics, right?
Yes.
This splitter is for aerodynamics.
Aerodynamics. Everything Aston Martin designs is actually functional. It's really done up in such a beautiful way, including the side of the car. You will notice
so the larger grille is to fit more air.
Correct.
On the car, right?
Definitely,
okay.
yes.
Okay.
Yes, we need a larger grille because this car produces 707 PS and 900 Newton meters of torque. So therefore, it requires a bigger front grille to, absorb all the front air to come in to make sure it cools down the engine really, really well. So now if we move out to the side, you will notice that the carbon ceramic brakes, they come actually as standard.
Standard, right?
Standard. So in the previous DBX, you have to actually have that as an option, but in this model onwards, you have this as a standard carbon ceramic brakes.
And 23-inch.
23-inch wheels.
Same as that?
Correct. Those ones are 23-inch, but this one right here also we opt out for 23-inch, but as standard you get a 22-inch.
Okay.
Yeah, 22-inch wheel. So this is 23.
And if you need that size, it's not just aesthetics, you need that size to fit in that huge brake calipers and those huge discs. Yeah.
True. I'm very sure you drove the car. So how did you feel about it when you know now?
I love the brakes. It's one of the highlights of the car. Very intuitive. Something that it was just so easy to drive. It feels something pedestrian and yet can be racy.
That's
very nice to use.
Very beautiful.
Lovely.
So if we walk towards the side, I mean, you can see that the bottom piece here, we have the side skirting, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it's really, really unique to the Aston Martin DBX 707 because there are this double stack piece, where on the previous one, the DBX alone, there is no bottom black piece as standard, and this one right here comes in as standard as well.
Yep.
That bottom piece.
And of course, you have this is the air
side fender,
side
correct.
fender, right?
Yes.
I think it's for the
air to flow
through to cool the brakes. Right?
Yeah, all the way to the back part of the car. Actually, the front part to pull the front brakes is designed at the front, at the bottom part of the front.
Okay.
And this one right here diverts the air straight in to go underneath the car. Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
So, yeah, and of course, one thing that's famous about Aston Martin is that the lines on the Aston Martin car, you notice from the front, how it's connected from the front all the way to the rear, this particular.
Of course, if you're getting Aston Martin DBX, look at that frameless window.
Frameless window. So, especially when you wind down the windows, right, you will notice that it really goes in. So, it has that angle coming upwards.
Yeah, it has a slight,
slight tilt. Correct, the
angle.
Swan doors.
And what I love about Aston Martins is
the handshake.
The handshake, right? It's like you're shaking hands with the car before you get in the car.
Yeah.
Right? And usually a right-hander, British car, right-hand drive. So you're literally shaking your hands before you get into the car. Yeah. Right?
Awesome.
It's really lovely.
Yes.
And look at that. I love how you don't have that. You know how normal cars have that.
Correct.
You know?
Yeah,
this is
it's
like
smooth and nice.
Smooth and nice. And then apparently, this one is not available in DBX.
Correct.
Right?
And this one here is available for the DBX 707 as a standard option.
Wow.
Yeah. So soft close doors.
Soft close doors.
Amazing. Yeah. Now, if we move forward to the rear part of the car, this is my favorite part. Look at this cut.
That is not.
Right
yeah. This is only available on the 707.
On the 707. Right? So it looks really aggressive and really nice. One thing that's much noticeable is the quad exhaust tailpipes. There's two on the right, two on the left, and on top of that, the rear diffuser that we have right here. absolutely stunning because it's like a double stack finish that we have right here. So yeah, you get this curve that's coming up like this, and you have another one that goes up like this. So it blends in quite well. And let's not forget the carbon fiber rear spoiler that we have right here as standard as well.
I would say that the aerodynamics, even like this hole over here, it's not shouty. It's not, you know, they don't do it in a way that is like, hey, look at me, you know, like it's, if you look from this angle, right, it just looks, you know, it doesn't scream for attention. And that's what I like about Aston Martin's design. It really is, no, it'd be nice to, you know, to put like big plastics to show that there is a hole here, but they don't. They sort of blend it in, right?
True.
And it's of course functional. All these are functional.
All these are functional. Correct.
Of course, that beautiful lights like that.
Curve, yeah.
Vantage, you know, Vantage,
correct.
you know. So, and look at that, man. Look at that double.
Yes, I love the way they designed this, how it's like double stack.
Yep.
Really, really nice. And one thing that I love the most about Aston Martin cars is that the amount of curves they have on the car compared to any other design out there. They always have designed a car where even if it's not in motion, it still has that presence, like, as if it's a fast car, you know. And once you drive it and get behind the wheel, as you experienced it earlier, it is extremely beautiful and fast.
You get so many stares, you know, just stuck in traffic, people just looking at the car, and pedestrians, car owners, so car drivers, just really look at the car. It is quite a looker.
True.
But it's done in a way that is not like, you know, not flamboyant. It's actually done in a way that's very, you know, it's just really sophisticated. You know, that's what I like about Aston Martin's design.
Thank you.
And
Thank
not
you so much.
forgetting the beautiful jewelry. Guys, it's called a jewelry because it is handcrafted.
From the inside, you'll notice that there's a bottom storage compartment.
Oh wow, I didn't notice that.
So yeah, that's the place where you can actually store your phone to wirelessly charge it. But if looking at it from this angle, you will notice that it's actually like floating. From that, can you see? Yeah, it's like Also, one more thing is the seats on this car, Sport Plus seats, standard as well. So take a look at the beautiful seats, the way it's angled and designed. It's something that's standard as well.
It's a very, very exquisite looking SUV. It does not hide the fact that it's a race car, just like the Vantage, like the racing heritage. It doesn't hide the racing heritage. It shows it off. It blends it nicely. It's just exactly what Aston Martin, I would think Aston Martin would design. And just the panels, the panel gaps are just really lovely. You know, nicely designed car. And that's something British cars do very well. That sophistication of its design and delivery. It's very lovely, Anything else I'm missing on this car that comes to the DBX on the exterior? DBX 707, sorry.
Okay, the DBX 707, compared to the DBX 550 is the drive mode wheel that we have right there.
Yeah, the little knob over there, right?
That's the most obvious difference that we can find in the car, is that knob that you can actually use to turn and different modes like terrain, Sport Plus mode, GT mode, all the way right down there.
Okay. One more thing, the sky roof.
Correct. It's a single piece glass, standard also as well. And you can't really actually have it like double stack, open it up. But you notice how beautiful that whole piece. There's no bar in the center. So the person that's sitting at the back, you get to enjoy that wide view feel, especially when the roof is actually open.
They could have gone with carbon roof, lightweight. No, it's still a lifestyle car, and they fitted that in. That means the car has a lot more potential, but they can extract. They just wanted to deliver something sophisticated.
True. Without that bar in the center, it creates a very airy feel. So it makes the car look a little bit more spacious.
Oh yeah, it does.
Correct.
Okay, everything is great, man. Thanks for showing this car around. And last question, how much does this car retail for?
This exact one is about 1.2 million plus. 1.2 million,
million before tax,
duty and
before
taxes,
tax, right?
Correct,
And then if it's a base spec 707, you're looking at
1.1 million. That means no accessories added and whatnot. 1.1 million as standard. Now, most of the things that you have just seen earlier was standard. So can you imagine how beautiful the car looks? The paint on this car is actually a signature metallic paint. If you want it to be in a solid color, then it comes as standard. So you can choose any color option from the configurator as a standard option.
So if you're looking to find out more about this car, Aston Martin Kuala Lumpur, Andrew, team are ready to show you around, customize your car. You know, it's a whole journey. You've seen it in my Aston Martin Vantage review video with Bobby, and walking through the whole process. So it's a journey, and I think it really feels very well thought after. A lot of engineering has gone into it. It's very honest. It's a very honest car. I think that you can have fun in Sepang.
True.
You can really feel its racing DNA inside a car, right? So yeah, very accomplished car, DBX 707. Yep, looking to get one. I'll put the link in the description below, but you can come and visit the showroom.
Yes.
And also let me know in the comments below what would you like to have this car, and what color would you spec on this car over here, right?
Correct.
Thank you so much for watching, and subscribe to my channel, and also like this video if you enjoyed it, right? Any last words from you?
Yes, if you do need to find out more about Aston Martin, as Thomas just said earlier, you can always head down to Aston Martin Kuala Lumpur right here at Etiqa Twins, or maybe you can just leave a comment down below on his video, and maybe he may get you in touch with us. Yeah, it's looking forward to see you guys here. Thank you.
All right, see you guys. Ciao.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
See you guys.